Hello there. The article I chose to dissect is an article called To Study or to Sleep, The Academic Costs of Extra Studying, The Expense of Sleep, by three authors, Gillen O'Neill, Hune, and Fuligny. Basically, this is a longitudinal study which took 535 participants, starting at 9th grade and ending at 12th grade, and these students were asked for 2 weeks during those years to record the times that they took to study that night, and then the amount of time they took to sleep that night. And the subjects were incentivized by a $30 compensation after the experiment was over, and the authors were also able to increase compliance rate by offering movie tickets as well. They recorded that in the study too, but basically what the studies found was that as these kids were progressing through high school, they were actually losing more and more sleep. On one occasion, they found that 12th grade students reported 41.4 minutes of fewer sleep per night than they reported during 9th grade. And in terms of the academic problems, it was interesting because students in 9th and 10th grade experienced one academic problem every 3 days, while students in 12th grade reported one academic problem every 5 days. Contrary to what we would believe, that the less sleep you have, the more academic problems you would develop. And also, these authors are hypothesizing that the expense of losing sleep will make it more challenging to focus on the material for the next day and make it harder to ingest and retain. So some of the limitations that the researchers mentioned was that they only measured those two activities when they could have addressed more things in those adolescents' lives, like their day-to-day stuff. And that also brings me to the future direction. They can future studies of this sort of study can take the same methodology and also apply some of the nuances in everyday adolescent life to maybe get a bigger picture and paint a better understanding of how other aspects can maybe be interfering with their study time or their sleep time, social aspects and whatnot. So yeah, that's really what I got. It was a really interesting read. I really enjoyed the article, and yeah, that's what I dissected. Have a good night.